A series of cold fronts brought in wintry weather over the western and southern part of the country this weekend, as well as snow over the mountainous regions of the Cape provinces. On our futurecast, you'll see that cold front leaving behind cold temperatures, particularly over the central interior, and then setting it into motion, you'll see a weak cold front skimming the coast, which means we're keeping in that cloudy weather and the chance of rainfall, particularly for the Western Cape and along the south coast. We're also expecting a few showers over the southern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, but sunny weather continues over the northeastern part of the country. The South African Weather Service have issued a warning for gale force winds along the coast between Plettenberg Bay and East London, as well as a warning of high seas along the coast between Alexander Bay and Port Alfred, with total seas of between 6 and 7 meters. In addition, they've issued 2 special weather advisories. The first is for very cold conditions over the high-lying regions of the Cape provinces and the southern Free State, and an advisory for snowfalls over the southwestern mountains of the Western Cape and the northeastern part of the Eastern Cape. On our rainfall probability map, you'll see the highest chance of rainfall over the southwestern part of the country, with up to a 40% chance of rain as we head up the west coast and along the south coast, and isolated rainfall expected over southern KwaZulu-Natal, with a possibility of snow mainly in the morning over the southern Drakensberg in the Eastern Cape, as well as the mountainous regions of the Western and Northern Cape. On our maximum temperature map, you'll see that cold air settling in over the central part of the country. Kimberley and Bloemfontein both at 11 degrees, only 7 for De Aar, 10 for Graafrenet, 18 degrees for Bishu with a high of only 5 for Sutherland, and into the mid-teens from Vredendal through to George, but with daytime highs still staying warm for Bombela at 28 and a mild Monday for Johannesburg and Mahikeng both at 20 degrees. Along the west coast, we can expect poor beach conditions due to the cloudy and cold weather, with a moderate southwesterly wind for Alexander Bay and Namaqualand, more of a westerly though for Lambert's Bay and Langebaan, with a 7-meter swell and wave heights expected between 10 and 11 feet. Along the southwest coast, we're expecting a fresh westerly wind for Table Bay, but a strong 45 km/h westerly wind for False Bay and Hermanus, picking up to 55 km/h in Cape Agulhas. And along the southwest coast, we can expect a 7.5-meter swell, with wave heights expected between 10 and 12 feet. Here's where we can expect that warning of gale force northwesterly winds, but an average wind speed of between 50 and 55 km/h, with poor beach conditions here, and a 7.5-meter swell with wave heights between 10 and 12 feet. As we head up the east coast, you'll see that we can expect poor beach conditions due to the windy weather for East London, with a southwesterly wind for the Wild Coast, but more of an onshore component to the wind for Richards Bay, and a northeasterly wind for Durban. Along the east coast, we can expect a 4-meter swell with wave heights between 5 and 7 feet.
News that moves. eNCA.com.